Hello, 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 and welcome to Culture Vibe Radio, where culture meets the mic. Today we are taking you all the way to the south of Colombia, to the city of Pasto, one of the most colorful festivals in America Latina. Even it's called the Black and White Carnival.
Colombian history is full of cultural blends, indigenous, African, and Spanish roots. Colombia has embraced its diversity, even like this one exists today.
Despite colonization, civil conflict, and many ups and downs, Colombia has kept its cultural spirit alive. And this festival is living proof because since 2009, the Carnaval de Negros y Blancos has been recognized by UNESCO as intangible cultural humanity.
Booth was in a boat will the Black and White Carnival celebrate equality, identity, and joyful resistance. Its origins date back to colonial times when African slaves were allowed to celebrate their freedom for one day.
If that moment of freedom hadn't happened, we might not be celebrating this incredible tradition today.
Over the years, it evolved to include everyone: black, white, indigenous, and mestizos. So now, during the carnival, people will be painted, not divided.
Okay, so now let's talk about 5 key features of the carnival.
First, the parade of giant floats, Novas Carrozas, where huge artistic sculptures will be carried to the streets.
Second, the Dia de los Negros. On January 5, everyone paints their face black, symbolizing African heritage and unity.
The third, Dia de los Blancos, January 6th, where white powder is the throne, music explodes in the street, and color become a symbol of equality.
Cultural performance where traditional Andean music and dance will have been practiced for months just for this week.
And fifth, the unity. In Pasto, if you show up painted, singing and dancing, no one asks where you're from. If more places celebrate diversity like this, the world will feel a bit more human.
So what people actually do during the carnival?
They play, they dance, they sing, but above all, they play. And talcum powder, foam spray, paint. It's a giant city-wide game of joyful chaos.
And by the time it ends, thousands of smiles will have been shared and tons of color will have covered every street corner.
If you had been in Pasto last January, you will have seen families, stories, and artists celebrating like on Big Tribe.
And believe us, if you ever go, you will be welcomed with open arms and maybe a handful of white powder to the face.
So whether you're in Colombia or across the globe, join in. Celebrate black and white as a symbol of unity, not a difference.
If you have never visited Pasto before, this January will be the perfect moment to experience something unforgettable. By the end of the week, your heart will have been filled with joy, and your face will have been painted in every color of the celebration. It was believed that even more visitors will have been welcomed last year if the festival had been promoted more well. But this time, you can among those who discovered its magic. If you decide to come, countless memories will be created and lifelong friendships will born under the Andean sky. Remember, from 5th of January to the 7th of January, the streets of Pasto will transform into a living canvas of unity and traditions.
Because this carnival is not just about colors, it's about freedom, equality, and joy without borders.
In 1499, Spanish explorers began their conquest. Colombia became part of the Spanish Empire for more than 300 years. During this time, The territory was known as the Viceroyalty of New Granada. The countries that were part of it were Colombia, Ecuador, Panama, and Venezuela. Inspired by the independence movements across Latin America, Colombia fought for freedom from Spain. In 1810, the struggle for independence began, and by 1819, revolutionary leader Simón Bolívar helped secure victory. Colombia then became part of the large republic called Gran Colombia, later split into separate countries, which now it's Ecuador, Panama, Colombia, and Venezuela.